What's up, Soul Family? Coming at you with another collective reading. This one's gonna be on. Let's find out. I swear, every time there's so many cards in this deck, so I feel like every time I handle it, I almost drop it. But oh, okay, I think this one's a good one. It's Money Path. It's gonna be a path with money is waiting for you to find it. That being said, if you want a one-on-one reading, you can do so by directly messaging me or by doing so at the link in the bio. The first reading is $35 for up to 20 minutes. You can ask whatever questions you want, or I can simply pull and we can see what comes out. If it doesn't resonate, then I'll simply refund you. But, okay, so it looks like the path to money is going to be I can't speak. The first card we have is Older Man, so it looks like it's going to be involving dealings or relationships with an older man. We have Inkpot with problems to be resolved. And then Target, a goal-oriented person. Alright, so let's see what we got from the Seed and Sickle Tarot. Or Oracle, I'm sorry. We have Rose. I'll see if I can put it closer so you guys can actually see the imagery. Alright, so here we go. So, the rose belongs to the Lady of Miracles herself, the Virgin Mary. Rosaries even get their name from rose hips they were originally made from. If you are drawn to this card, a miracle of your very own is on its way. Perhaps that creative block is about to lift, or you're about to make a major headway on a problem that's been plaguing you. Either way, things are about to change for the better. Make sure that you're ready to take advantage of it and get back on track. I love how the tea leaf cards were like, okay, there's a problem, and then the other one, the Seed and Sickle, is like, okay, it's going to be resolved. So let's kind of, I don't know, see what's going on. And then Three of Pentacles. So this makes me feel as if this isn't like some kind of solo venture. This isn't like an individual project. This could be maybe you're working with other people. Maybe you're being hired by somebody. There is like an energy of there being other individuals that you are working with. And for one reason or another, they see your expertise. They see the value in the skill that you have or the abilities that you have and what you're bringing to the table. So I don't think this is like a solo venture. I think this is something where you're networking with other individuals or you're getting hired or, you know, you're being overseen by somebody. And potentially, I'm guessing it's somebody older, like an older man is what I'm assuming with the other cards too, who might be handing to you this opportunity. So I think this does come with a little bit of competition. So it's not like it's going to be something that is inherently just... And it's not like it's going to be too challenging, but sometimes the energy is you having to bring your A game. You having to be on point and you having to really step into that role of knowing your stuff and really showing that off and showcasing it, so to speak. And then we have the Star card. So funny enough, this is on the bottom of the deck just now, and I shuffled it anyway, and here we are. So the Star card has a lot to do with, like, I always believe, like, whatever we're visualizing and whatever we're desiring, it's like what we desire desires us. So if things haven't been going well, then maybe there is still hope for what you want overall to happen. Or if you have specific intentions, then this could be pointing towards, like, you being able to fully manifest that. I like to think of the Star card kind of like the non-physical version of, like, our manifestation. It's like the vision that we have that we're trying to ground into this physical realm. So if you've been having difficulties in one way, shape, and form or another, then this card pops up to show that things are shifting and, like, what you are hoping for can still happen. Many times what breaks down off of a not so good foundation is meant to bring us something that's more aligned in the longer run. I just had like a whole bunch of cards flip over. Too many. And sometimes that's just a path to money. It's literally just doing what you do best and letting things come to you. Or even if you're in a job environment, just showing people that you are the best candidate by simply showing off the abilities that you have. And not necessarily showing off, but, you know, doing what you do. So we have the Nine of Wands. So maybe this path to money has been very arduous and it's been very difficult and annoying to have to get through. You know, the Nine of Wands points towards burnout, of being exhausted, of almost having to, like, maybe be on your last leg. So maybe you've been trying to search for this path, or you've been feeling blocked, or you've been feeling kind of stifled for a while. And this is going to be like the windfall. This is going to be the thing that, like, shifts things for you. And then it makes sense with the Star card too. It's like Star card, it's a card that comes out sometimes like when we've just gone through something that might have been really difficult, like our old structure's falling. So sometimes it's a matter of us now having to really trust and hope that thing. I wouldn't say hope, but lean in on, like, what we are envisioning to really get us to the next period in our experience. Knight of Wands. So again, the wands are all about like our passion, our creativity, things that we're birthing into physical experience, our manifestations, the things that we are trying to create with like what we're passionate about. So I think that there's definitely the need to continue to go towards like whatever lights you up, whatever really makes you happy, whatever really makes you fulfilled, like whatever really puts that spark in you. Like we are meant to, and at least this is what I wholeheartedly believe. I think we aren't meant to, necessarily work for other people, or not necessarily that. If we do work for people, at least let it be something that you are doing that will doing what you love. Like if you are a professional baker or a decorator or something like that, then working for somebody might not necessarily be that bad. I think it's all a matter of really doing what you're passionate about and what really lights you up and what really fuels you and gives you that drive to continue going on like another day. And for that thing is different for everybody. For some people, that's literally just existing for themselves. For some people, that is, helping other individuals. It really just depends what that is for you. And then we have the path. So it's like sometimes the path could be long and it's not always easy, but it's almost like many times, especially when you follow the things that you love and the things that you really enjoy, it really is like coming home to yourself. It's really like the energy of embracing what makes you uniquely you and then getting rewarded for it sometimes. Like, for instance, the cake decorators are like one of the best examples I could think about that or think of when it comes to that. Like, cake decorators are artists through and through. And by them pretty much just doing what they love to do and embodying, that aspect of somebody who is just trying to create something beautiful and a good experience for another person and wanting to connect to another person to create that nice experience for them, then it's like they're centered, they're connected, they're operating out of what I'd like to believe out of a very positive and healthy paradigm. And again, it's not to say that sometimes we don't necessarily still feel stifled when we work under other individuals and we're not like seeking out change, but sometimes we're still able to find moments of fulfilledness and contentness. I can't speak English. Feeling very content with what we're doing as a result of us actually following those passions and allowing ourselves to lean in on that. And sometimes you might not necessarily make a lot of money for what you do, but it could then lead you to making more money in the long run. And it could also open doors that you might not have had opened otherwise if you lean in on trusting that. I'll pull one more. Then the Moon card with the Justice. So there's definitely a balance. There's definitely the need to, and a lot of times as we're clearing like these more limiting beliefs, or we're shifting like what our subconscious is used to experiencing, or as we're kind of going through the motions and embodying different, then sometimes we have to balance that out with practical means and being really grounded. So there's nothing wrong with people who are, there are some of the most talented artists who still have 9 to 5 jobs and they're still working on balancing out how to bring in abundance at the same time while still working on their business or working on their craft or working on like whatever projects. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes Justice card points towards being really grounded in whatever actions that you're taking towards what you are trying to birth. So sometimes we have to work a practical job at the same time still create art when we can. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get to the point where you're able to really be reliant on, your own endeavors and your own energy and your own manifestations. But sometimes the path is having to work with and for other individuals until you're able to completely work for yourself. But that being said, peace and blessings, you guys, and I'll catch you in the next reading.